And we're back. Anyways, last time we found our fledgling adventurers, the party had taken a break to enjoy a festival in Azure's hometown of Careshire. After being informed of the many potential rewards, each member set out to explore the various activities, each garnering their own victories. The party got a few freebies from Ginny, then left off to enter into the lottery for the grand prize. But as Valor got a lucky break, Vint was accosted by one of the bandits they'd bested prior. With a knife to his throat, the bandit claimed he was a messenger and that he hadn't come to fight. So, rather than killing the man, Vint decided to gather the rest of the party. Once more, the bandit reiterated his intent that his boss wished to meet with the party, but the man's presence ultimately started an argument within the party itself. Vint and Valor traded words, wounding Nafia in the process, and concluded with Vint storming off. With nothing else to do, the party left to meet with the bandits, minus one Vint, supposedly.
I did just want to point out, just because my character in game says it does not necessarily mean I agree with it. I want this for, I want this for when, you know.
Stuff.
Put this on the record!
All right, I have my marker. What do you want me to write on the record?
Yes!
All right. Y-E-S. There we go.
Perfect.
So the session started and we immediately derailed it again.
I'm aging.
Good.
But the morning sun rises up after you all set up camp a little ways outside of Careshire. The bandit has not run off without you. He is still there. He seems a little bit antsy, just kind of waiting for everyone to fully wake up. The floor is all yours. What do you do?
5 more minutes.
Rocks fall, Tsalia dies.
Where those rocks come from?
God.
Oh, good job.
This god is strange. He doesn't smite with lightning, he smites with stone. The sky is made of rock. The floor is made of plasma.
Oh.
Right. We'll just go down the list. Azure, how are you spending the morning? Yes.
Oh, I thought we were still in Careshire.
No. You guys left at the end of last session.
I
And
do
because
not
it was
recall
late,
that.
Because it was late, you had to set up camp.
You see, I thought we were still at the inn.
No.
No.
You all left.
guys, yeah. Right at the end of the session. Why did the combat music start?
It shouldn't have. Oh, it stopped looping for some reason.
Lol.
I gotta double check stuff now and make sure that it's all still set to loop.
Oopsie doopsie doopsie.
So there's going to be combat this session.
I gotta be prepared for every eventuality, you know this.
Uh-huh, the fact that you have it on the very next slot, though.
No, that's just the playlist. I will show you.
No. Don't show.
It's songs, it's music.
Spoiler.
Anyways.
Musical spoiler.
Tsalia, how are you spending your morning?
I will be spending my morning flipping through books next to the, now moldering embers of the former campfire as everybody else rouses.
Okay. And Valor.
I'm just making breakfast.
You were very quiet. I can just turn you up.
Sorry.
Zephy's Tom Tom is sad.
Zeph, stop hurting your tongue.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? Just eat better food.
Well, that's not going to help right now.
What are you talking about? Just eat an entire buffet. That's sure to fix it.
After a little while, Nafi and Fane also rise from their slumber and join the rest of the party. Nafia sits a little ways away from everyone, while Fane settles down next to you, Valor.
Morning.
Seems our guide hasn't left us.
Seems not. Although, if he did, I do not see any reason as to. I feel like that would give us an answer.
I do feel as though it is too early for a trap.
I don't think it is one, but
If he were to leave, then that would be most obviously what it is.
What do you think we are walking into? Do you think he's genuine?
me?
I guess-
You guess.
No, go ahead. Continue.
I believe that it is genuine, yes.
Well, if you trust it, I trust you.
Thank you. If I do run us into a trap, entirely my fault.
All right. Make sure you guys have yourselves marked down one ration.
Tsalia eats the horrible rabbit.
the diseased rabbit.
Constitution saving throw.
It's fine, it was just magic. There's nothing physically wrong with this. It just looks terrible. It probably tastes a little gamey.
bartender.
And here you can hear the GM typing to the hidden fourth party member, 13
What?
meters away in the bush.
What hidden fourth party member? There's just you three, your companions and the bandit. I don't know what you guys are talking about. All right, so will you guys be continuing on, or is there something else you would like to do?
Back up tents.
Of course. You get your tents all packed up. Unfortunately, without Vint's bag of holding, it's a little bit harder to carry them.
I was already carrying mine.
Well, then you were a fool.
You want to entrust something to Vint?
Wait a second, I just realized how much of my gold was in Vint's bag.
Quite a great deal.
Right. Well, on your journey, are you going to be traveling at your normal pace, or will you be attempting to speed up your travel time?
I don't see why we can't attempt to speed up travel time.
Give me survival
mean-
checks. Or, well, pick someone to roll survival for you.
Ours does not have survival. What's your survival, Zeph?
+4.
I doubt Azure has survival. Any of the NPCs have good survival? Squee?
I would hope the ranger does. We left Squee. You guys left Squee,
Right.
Winston, and the cat behind to guard the gold.
Also, the ranger is not trained in survival.
Of all things.
Fane has a +6.
Why does Fane have a +6?
Because Fane's wisdom is an 18. And he's
But-
proficient.
Fane, lead the way!
Give me a survival check.
It's just a 13.
Let me...
Sort of.
Let me check some stuff.
Wait a second. Did Buzz roll for his thing?
Unfortunately, with all the recent rain that the trail has gotten, it makes it a little bit harder to travel than normal. You are only able to travel at your normal speed. So, go ahead and move your token. Your party token.
How did I, right click.
Okay. Now, setting up camp, will you have people on watch tonight? Or are you just going to rest and move on?
I think watch is fine.
Okay. Then let's select who will be on each watch.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be on third watch from here on out, just to make it easier.
So Tsalia is third watch.
Always third watch, unless something else comes up.
Who will take first watch?
I will.
Okay,
Oh,
Azure and Valor.
Never mind. No, I can take second. No, I can take second.
Stop of you! Both of you, stop being so polite!
This has been the entire campaign. You two have been having a polite off. What the fuck?
Azure is on first, Valor is on second.
There we go. Okay. Give me your perception check.
Blue man perception.
First watch
That's the one.
is...
That was Myra.
That was me.
What? Oh, a little bit out of time, but okay.
Out of
you
order,
just said-
but whatever.
You just said give me perception.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Well,
You know, that's
where
on
the
me.
third watch is shit, the first watch is great.
Coffee spots, Buzz.
Well, I mean, I would imagine coffee can spot me. Wow.
Okay. Let me just adjust that. And let me tick down your rations.
Oh, tick down again. I see.
Okay.
What are you talking about, Buzz? You're not here.
What?
First watch is relatively uneventful. Azure, you think you get the feeling that you are being watched, but whenever you look out into the tree line, you don't see anything. And it's quiet, peaceful. As for both Tsalia and Valor, your watches are equally uneventful. The stars are very lovely at night, so for Tsalia, that takes up a good bit of her focus. Meanwhile, as the morning sun rises, I assume Valor focuses on making everyone breakfast.
Well, Valor was second watch.
Oh, Valor was second watch, that's right. No, Valor gets distracted by the stars, and Tsalia is more focused on watching
Reading.
the sleeping bandit. Oh, well, reading. Reading is also good.
And drinking.
Of course, Tsalia is drunk on what?
Morning booze.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Correct, it's 5 a.m.
Oh! Alright. If you would like to make another pass at speeding up your travel time, go ahead and give me that survival check. And... Ooh. Nice.
Do we want to?
Okay, how is Buzz's rolls hidden?
He's rolling to me.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's just /GM roll instead of /roll.
Okay.
Do we want to try and speed up travel or not?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope. Another 13.
Well, at least we're getting out the low rolls early. But despite the fact that the weather is warm with a light wind, you still aren't able to really make any meaningful progress. But regardless, another day journey. Set up camp and give me your rolls for the watch. I assume it's going to be the same order as last time, just to keep things easy.
Yep.
Waffles.
Oh, I just dropped my pencil.
Oh, that's useful. Why would you dare do that?
Shut up. Right. Give me your
it's
perception rolls.
the return of it's the return of what is it called? Fucking forgot.
Okay. Valor, give me your perception. Okay. The night passes once more uneventfully, peacefully. Weather is warmer than normal, and it makes the night air nice and comfortable. Make sure you mark yourselves down. One more ration.
Oh, one more ration. Goddamn. You guys are losing a lot of rations.
I mean, you guys have a good amount. It's not the most dire of circumstances. Okay. Sorry, just had to answer a bit of a question there. Okay. All right. You guys are close to your destination. Would you like to attempt a final survival check, or are you just going to travel as normal?
I think travel is normal if we can get there within the next day.
All right. Go ahead and move your token. As you set up your camp close to your destination, once more, as has been with the past few nights, Nafia sits mostly away from the group. Fane tends to the fire, while the bandit sits, arms folded across his chest, trying to look as non-threatening as possible.
You guys leave the manacles on him?
No.
That was the argument that made Vint leave, remember?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to put manacles.
I put manacles on him, threw the key at Valor, did not take them off myself, and that's all I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
Valor
what
took
Vint
them off.
knows.
I
took-
specifically remember taking them off. Did you keep those manacles, by the way?
Yeah, I kept the manacles. They're still here.
Good. Those are useful.
I just didn't leave them on the guy.
You also still have Buzz's gloves.
I do still have Buzz's gloves.
You have Vint's gloves.
Wow, they're Buzz's gloves now.
They are in a location that Vint did not put them.
Oh my gosh. So. The fire crackles warmly, a soft glow surrounding the clearing. The bandit awkwardly looks between everyone. So, we should reach the camp by tomorrow morning.
That's good.
Yes. I hope I have been all right guide.
You have? Yes.
You pointed in a direction and said, go that way. What better could you have done?
Right. I appreciate not being,
You haven't given me a reason to kill you yet.
well, I at the very least appreciate being treated fairly.
I don't necessarily like treating people unfairly. I think the courtesy should at least be given to those who make an effort. And even some individuals who don't deserve it, I feel like still should be treated with respect. It's just my general principle.
Yes. I'm sure boss will be pleased to meet you.
Respecting someone that does not respect yourself is a recipe for disaster.
Just because I respect them does not mean I give them any time of day. Does not mean I let them stumble over me. But I see no reason to throw insults.
Respect would suggest that you wouldn't be unwilling to perhaps do things that you might say are less honorable. Setting traps, backstabbing, dealing with a threat before it deals with you.
Right. He just kind of shifts awkwardly
What would you have done if nobody agreed with you?
What if you all hadn't agreed with me?
Not you.
No. Me. I may want to see the best in people, that does not mean I'm stupid. Nor suicidal. If something needs to get done, then something needs to get done. That does not mean that I personally will not like the arrangement.
That was not an answer. What would you have done if nobody else went with you? Would you have gone still?
I don't know. Certainly would not have been as quick of a decision. What does that have to do with...
It seems to me you're under the impression that, well, there's only one outcome to all of this.
Which is?
That they are genuine and there is no trap. But have you even
I'm not under that impression.
Have you considered the fact that both possibilities might be correct?
Yes.
At the same time?
Yes.
Well, if I may, I don't think Valor was wrong to give them a chance to speak with us. I mean, I was an Amican soldier, your enemy, and you all gave me a chance, and here I am now. If Nafia is anything to go off of, I don't think people are as one note as you might expect. And Fane quietly returns to tending to the fire.
I don't see people as one note. I see people as untrustworthy. Any single person has the ability to commit acts of unspeakable evil, and any single person has the chance to change their mind at any given chance. All it takes is one moment for a knife to be stuck into your back. Trust is hard to come by out here.
Valor, you were saying something?
I still don't see a reason as to why I can't give them that chance while still being wary. Unless I'm given proper evidence as to assume it is.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying that the way you went about it, it felt... Well, it felt like you were a bit more trusting to someone you've never met before than perhaps even your own compatriots.
Don't you have to put some trust in every single person you meet?
I don't.
Then what does that say about... Then what does that say about this group then in your trust in us?
You assume I trust you.
Then why call us companions?
People can be friends, and people can still kill each other. That changes. I'm
Any
just
relationship is built off of trust, Tsalia. If you do not trust us and you are expecting us at any given point to stab you in the back, then why are you here?
because I'm obligated.
Why did you choose that obligation?
Tsalia looks up from her book for a moment, just sort of staring off into the distance. That's a good question, actually. I suppose at first it was actually to get away from everyone else. I suppose even this is better than a city.
If
You...
Go
Sorry.
ahead. No. You.
You seem to be under the assumption that I even trust myself.
I think that's an incredibly bad mindset to have.
Well, you don't wake up every morning with the smell of blood filling your nostrils and the stomach rumbling as you see each and every person walk by on the street as a tasty little snack. You don't wake up with these looking back at you in the mirror as she points towards her fangs. How can one trust themselves when they feel that every single person here that could... Words are hard. How can someone trust themselves when they see every person here as the possibility of being killed and being eaten? That at any moment you could lose control.
Why do you have so little confidence in yourself after all these years?
Because I've spent 25 years with this. In 25 years, I've been unable to control it. 25 years, I've had blood on my hands. You seem to think that I have been able to control it. Well, let me put it this way. There's not much of a difference between me and that bandit over there. Save the sole reason that I don't want to be doing this. And yet, one night, you're at a bar. The waitress leaves, you hear a scuffle outside. You go to investigate. some lady was getting mugged, the barmaids. I help her out, but not before she got cut by the mugger's knife. Just a drop of blood off of her forehead. And then I come to about, I'm not sure how long later, a corpse on the ground, shriveled and dry, and myself in an unfamiliar place. Tsalia stoops back down and begins reading her book again.
Give me a second, I'm trying to get past my tummy being bleh.
No, speak immediately. Just ignore tummy.
If I may, you have spoken about a person's capacity for harm, for, I guess for lack of a better term, evil. But I feel that's ignoring a person's capacity for good. Or even just ignoring everything in between. Everyone has the same ability to cause harm as another. But I believe you all are a good example of a person's capacity for good. Despite what might have happened in your past, you all still try. Even if Vint might not be the best traveling companion, he at least has shown that even someone of his background is able to treat others with some compassion. You could wake up tomorrow morning, and every single one of us could have a knife pointed at you. And in the same beat, we could wake up and you could have one pointed at us. So, if you have the potential to betray us in the same capacity as we have you, why haven't you?
Where did my D10 go? I'm fiddling with my dice early.
D10 is gone!
Whatever, I'll find it later. Oh shit! Oh shit! I'll be right back. I just spilled something.
Oh, jeez. Unfortunate, unlucky.
Valor's over here getting accosted by everybody.
Well, no, Fane is directing that at Tsalia.
I'm mostly talking about party members.
Oh, okay.
Like the player characters.
Okay, yeah.
The only one who hasn't done it yet is Azure.
Azure's
You're too
watching-
trusting, boy.
Azure is watching the tea.
If Valor was just as untrusting as Tsalia and Vint is, then Valor would not be with Tsalia and Vint.
Oh, be right back. Somebody's knocking. I was bamboozled. Nobody was knocking.
Your mind was playing tricks on you. You've been deceived. It's me. I'm knocking on your door.
Fucking hell yeah.
No, it's me. I'm knocking on your door.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, Buzz. No. You say disappointed noises for a very specific reason.
Why is that?
I'm standing there with an axe and a copy of Monster Hunter.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Buzz, run.
Where's the button?
I've stolen Rix's Forsaken Blade of Storms.
Oh no.
I'm standing at your door with it with a copy of Monster Hunter.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
So, I was trying to fiddle with something because it is hard to get in Tsalia's mindset because it is antithetical to a lot of what I believe.
Right.
So I was fiddling with something. I had this cup of sweet and sour sauce.
Oh, you dumbass.
And I was looking for my fucking D10, because that's what I've been using lately, and I just knocked over the sweet and sour sauce.
I'm so proud of you.
But I did think of a response. Because I haven't yet got hungry enough, and you've been lucky enough to not see me at that point.
I think we all.
How do you shut about that?
It gets worse. Trust.
Whoever says we would betray you because of it.
Say that again? I could not hear you.
Who says we would ever betray you because of it?
I think you're foolish not to.
I think you need to change your outlook on life. At least with the people you surround yourself with, at least. That you're traveling with. That you are supposed to rely on. If anything, this demonstration should at least show that I am not so easily turned on my own convictions.
Suppose you might have a I suppose I also have sweet and sour sauce on its hands now. Damn it! It didn't even want sweet and sour sauce. It just sent it for some reason. I ordered fucking fried rice. Who eats sweet and sour sauce with fried rice? Yeah, not find that D10. I have no idea what's happened to it.
I think
Azure,
a cat consumed it.
what are your thoughts on, well, anything that was stated
Now he's
earlier?
really knocking.
What is Azure thinking right now? What is he feeling?
Tea time, bitch!
Well, we're not going to sip coffee.
I know we could.
Nah. Yes. All right.
That bandit must feel really awkward in the middle of this.
Oh yes. Oh yes. He is.
He started awkward.
Eh, he looks like he's a kid watching mom and dad fight. That's his expression right now. That's his expression. Because like right, these are basically big fucking powerful adventurers, right? You know, they killed a couple of his buddies and wounded a bunch more. Like he's privy to their like fucking little like, you know, internal strife, and he's like, I am so out of my depth right now. Like he looks like he's shell shocked. He doesn't know what to do. God fucking damn it. Yeah, yeah. Alright. Mm-hmm. All right. Would you all like to go to bed, or is there anything else you would like to do?
Continue the screaming match.
All right, go ahead.
Ah!
Bane did pose a question.
I thought Tsalia already replied to it.
What? What happened?
I thought Tsalia already replied to Fane's question.
Yes.
I might be slightly bleh.
She said the question of why hasn't Tsalia betrayed, and then she replied with because you haven't seen her at her worst yet.
Right, and then I replied about my convictions are easily shaken.
Yeah.
Great, I remember now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait a minute. You guys don't have 4 tents.
Listen, I'm not fucking changing the goddamn map.
Hey,
Hell, I know.
Hang on.
Yeah, Vint's not there. There we go. We cross out Vint. I hate you all. God. Anyway.
Next.
Well, if it weren't for Vlor's convictions, I wouldn't be here. So.
Valor is the main character.
Nah.
Valor's the party dad.
We're already getting the fucking party rolls. We have the drunk wine-on, we have the dad, we have the chaotic uncle, we have the even more chaotic fucking, like, drugged-out cousin.
I don't know. He kind of seems like a nephew.
The uncle! You're the uncle! Because you can be responsible. Whereas Vint is just like the fucking child that everyone has to keep a leash on.
Yeah, Vint's more Vint to me seems like that wild nephew that never wears shoes.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Anyways. We've been together for nearly a month now.
Over a month now.
Yes, actually, I think it has hit that point.
By like a day or two.
Let me check the day counter. No, not yet.
Oh, we were at like 28 when the session started.
No, we are at 26.
Ah,
Fuck!
Close.
we're at 29.
Yeah.
If it were February,
Yeah.
it'd be over a month.
What's a February?
I think we have those.
Listen, it is neither confirmed nor denied.
I cannot confirm nor deny the name of the month.
In real world terms, it's May 1st now. We cannot confirm nor deny what fucking system of months or whatever we're using.
That reminds me, I made a calendar for my game. I didn't really like expect the players to memorize it. It was purely for me.
Alright.
This campaign almost started on April 1st.
Almost.
In world.
Almost.
Happy Leif Erikson Day!
Not fucking dead. Alright. So. Let's move
Watch.
back to the watch. Give me your perception checks.
Who's squeaking? God damn it, Nico. I'm putting it in VC chat. Fucking sends me the dumbest shit. Goddamn high perceptions now. But yeah, I put the thing in VC chat.
Okay. Tsalia, you have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
And Valor and Azure, you two do not.
Nope.
Suck it.
I just have torches.
So, there's going to be a couple things that are going to be happening tonight. To start, we will go with Azure and Valor. Azure,
No.
your watch is peaceful and uneventful. And as you trade off with Valor, you settle down and prepare to sleep. Valor,
Yes.
as Azure vanishes within his tent, you believe that you see two shapes out in the depths of the woods. It's a little harder to make out in the darkness. But they are about, let's say, somewhere around... let's say about 180 feet away, with about 120 feet between them. You can't make out details, and neither of them are moving closer to the camp.
So you said there's about 120 feet between them?
Yes.
And they're just watching?
Yes. They are not moving towards the camp.
What direction?
It'd probably be south-ish, southeast-ish, slightly back towards where you had already come from.
I frown at that. I'm gonna keep an eye on them, but I don't particularly think I'm gonna get up and move.
Yeah. Well, your watch continues, and neither of them move from their spot. Do you inform Tsalia when she awakens?
I do. Because it seems like something to keep an eye on. But I will tell her that I sat there and just watched them the entire time and they didn't move any place. So currently, Valor is not necessarily in that.
Now, Tsalia, with the information given, it doesn't take you long to parse out the spots where these figures are hiding. But just like with Valor, they're just too far to really make out any details of them. It's well outside of the range of your dark vision, unfortunately. And even then, it's uncertain if that would be enough. But, just like with Valor, neither of them move.
She's going to cock her head to the side as she's staring at one of the figures. Is there any type of movement at all? Or is this thing stock still?
There's like the idle movement.
Mm-hmm. About how big is it? Humanoid?
Humanoid. Which one are you looking at? Left or right?
Let's go with left.
After a moment, it vanishes into the undergrowth.
Mm-hmm. And the other one?
Are you staring at it?
No. Just gonna glance at the other one.
It remains where it is, seemingly kind of slightly propped up against a tree.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna continue just sort of my watch and if that one moves at all, I'm going to start following it.
Your watch continues uneventfully, save for... Well, let's move over to a not so peacefully sleeping Azure.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
Oh shit. The music's just coughing in the distance. That's eerily quiet.
As you open your eyes, Azure, you are surrounded by smoke and fire. Through the thick plume of ash, you can clearly taste the heavy tang of metal clinging to your tongue. It's suffocating. It's overpowering. And as you stumble forwards, you collapse into the muck. But instead of mud or dirt, your hands plunge into thick, warm pools of blood and bodies, all staring upwards, stacked high atop one another, and staring directly at you.
Groaning like just like that in game.
As you kneel there, frozen, blood pooling up to your elbows and well past the halfway point of your thighs, you feel a cold, shocking, like ice hand press to the back of your head. And you can feel not fingers, something harder. Dig into the scales atop your head. And then a low hiss in your ear. Why was it you? As you are pushed downwards. And as this force shoves you towards this bloodied, corpse-ridden ground, the bodies reach up towards you, grabbing at whatever they can and pulling you down with equal force. Deeper and deeper you sink into the warm, sticky viscera. Deeper and deeper until your face, your head is shoved under the surface with the iron tang of blood forcing its way past your lips and down your throat. The light of the fire above glimmers crimson under the surface of this seemingly endless ocean of blood as you are pulled deeper and deeper until no light reaches you. And you continue to drown. As you feel your consciousness fading, one final whisper. You should have died with us. As you jolt awake, hacking and gagging and sputtering, finally able to breathe once more. The weather outside your tent is calm. No winds. Relatively normal temperature. And the sound of birds can be heard chirping cheerfully. The morning sun filters in through a slit in your tent. Even as you rise fully to consciousness, you can still find yourself tasting that sickening tang of blood. And you can still feel the sticky warmth of blood clinging to your scales. You feel nauseous.
Azure has traded tummies with Zephy.
Yay, please take my tummy problems, Azure.
Good morning, Azure.
Good morning, sunshine!
What is currently running through Azure's mind right now? After a few minutes, there is a slight whistle from the front of your tent. Azure, you up? Well, obviously, business as usual. Mark yourselves down 1 ration. And I believe yes, that should be day 30 now, I believe. Buzz, you are also keeping track.
What?
Well, you had also been keeping like a mental track of the fucking
Oh yeah,
days.
absolutely just a mental track. I don't have it
Yeah.
noted down nowhere.
So it is. It has been officially a month since you all had, well,
Well,
escaped the prison.
let's get into the semantics here. It is currently January 31st. Not every day's got 30. Not every month's got 30 days. Not every day's got 30 days.
That's
either.
why we are keeping it nebulous.
How many fucking...
Average is 30, so shut up. Technicalities.
days go?
Regardless, how is everyone else spending their morning?
Tsalia, I imagine as Valor comes out of their tent, Tsalia says, I'm going back to bed for a little bit.
Fair enough.
So I assume you are spending another hour of rest?
No, after what you told me, I'm just going to go into my tent for like 5 minutes. Just lay down, stare at the ceiling of the tent.
Wait, what was that? I zoned out.
DMs. It was in DMs.
Never mind then. My bad.
No worries.
Damn you, Tum Tum.
Alright. Well, as the bandit confirms, your trusty prisoner, he informs you that you are only a little ways out from where his camp is. You're almost there. So, would you guys like to pack up, set out, try to save some time, or are you just going to travel as normal?
Yeah.
I think travel is normal.
Okay. Let me just scroll down real quick. As the day progresses, the sun rises high in the sky, and let me just, we'll just put you there. As the tree line parts,
That's a big
a
mountain.
sturdy wall stands before you. Well built, with defensive fortifications set up outside the front gates. Aging banners wave in the cool breeze. A pure white crest contrasting a deep navy blue. The crest itself features a stylized bear of sorts, hunched over with 3 arrows in its back, biting on the grip of a sword. In the direct center are the numerals XIV. From either corner, archers watch as you all approach. And just above the gate, a third bandit nods towards your group, gives a sharp whistle, and signals someone behind the wall. After a few moments, the heavy wooden gates groan as they crack open. Tsalia, if you want, you can give me a history check on those banners.
What?
What? One F2, one F20. Yes, one F20, I see. Okay.
1 fucking 20.
Unfortunately, while you clearly recognize the construction as Diavrian make, the banners don't spark any recognition in your mind. You were never an expert when it came to military history. You only knew stories you traveled, but none come to mind. The bandit guide turns back to you all and motions to the open gate. Well, got you here.
That you did.
You do still have control over the bandit, so you are able to move him in with you if you'd like.
We also know how many hit points he has.
Yeah, he's squishy.
I stab him and go full murder hobo mode.
You are shot full of arrows and die.
What are you talking about, Party Wipe? Vint ain't here.
Yeah.
Haha! Suck it.
Well, just follow me.
Valor nods.
Tsalia looks over at Floor. Meat shields first.
Alright, I get the
Oops.
point.
Oops. Did not mean to do that.
You drew on the map. How
God
dare
damn it, why
you.
can't I click it now? There it is. There we go. Hang on. And delete. Or not. What? There we go. Delete.
Awesome. Thank you. What did you want to do? I believe with where Azure's mind was, it makes a little bit of sense that he would have forgotten. But while traveling, I would say you could have cast it just before you reach the fort.
It's like fucking noon, 1 p.m. probably.
It is 4 p.m.
Oh boy.
Traveled 10 miles. Okay, so Tsalia and Valor.
What does... Thank you. I thought that's what it was. I just wanted to make sure because I don't...
Oh yeah. If you had cast it right at the morning, it would have worn off. It took you about 8 hours to get here. So. The bandit motions you all in and holds his arms up slightly. We're here. As 2 bandits step out. And he steps aside. These are the ones that boss wants to see. Yeah. Come all this way. Right. Cautions. Gonna need you all to disarm.
Not a chance.
Listen. Boss wants to talk, not fight. No reason to have your weapons on you. We'll give them back when you leave.
May I insight that?
Yeah, go for it.
This bitch lying to me.
And can I also have feign insight that?
Sure.
Something I want to say, but I don't know if I want to say it before you guys roll.
Give me your rolls.
Give me a second, I'm checking something.
15.
What the fuck is out there in the woods? Jesus Christ. Something's just shouting.
What?
Is that supposed to be the wind?
It's like deer, bears, and all that stuff.
Should I wait for him to finish rolling, or should I say anything?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm about to roll.
Okay.
Because you can say the thing after we get our results. Because I mean, we technically. Yeah.
Zeph, you trust them unconditionally.
There it is. I mean, we know the body. It's me.
It loves
So-
Fane.
Okay, so the nat one is Valor.
Unfortunately, yeah.
How do I want to? Okay, well, we'll start with Azure and Fane. Azure, while you might not be a proper military man, you do know enough about body language to know that these guys are being professional. They're not trying to be confrontational. They're not trying to cause problems. They're just trying to be orderly and trying to make sure that they all are staying as safe as you guys are. And as Valor seems to feel his apprehension rising, Fane taps him on the shoulder. It feels kind of like a cordiality.
Right.
These guys give off the impression that they're not just normal bandits. They feel like soldiers. Azure, you can tell too, right? These guys don't really want to fight.
What is the bit you want to say, Tsalia?
It's directed at them, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Listen, we were asked here by this leader of yours. We don't have to be here, and he can either talk to us with our weapons, or we can leave.
Give me persuasion.
Fuck. Where's my persuasion? I was thinking wrong way around. Plus...
That's pretty good.
On a 17, they do hesitate slightly. Look. While I can understand your apprehension, we want to avoid fighting as much as possible.
And your best way of dealing with that is disarming your supposed guests.
You lot injured.
You attacked us first!
Enough!
Look. Just the way it is. Don't want to be here. Gate's still open. You can leave.
I look at Fane and Nafia real quick, trying to gauge what they think. Not necessarily saying anything, but gauging off their expressions.
Nafia doesn't want to look at Tsalia. And Fane doesn't seem like he really minds. He already got a decent enough read on the guys.
Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to be disarmed, you can stand outside.
Fine.
You don't have to join in this. You didn't want... Oh, she already left. I wasn't looking at the screen.
I would like to think that she walks off before Valor even notices.
Valor mutters something under his breath in Celestial and kind of rubs his eyes before taking before unlatching the sheath from his person.
The bandit gently takes the sword and looks at the others. Fane and Nafia follow in Valor's lead without much protest.
Hey, Bran, I have a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
For creating maps in the future. So it's with the walls. So like you have the walls set up like on this edge here. For like this barricade like this, maybe it would make sense to split it down the middle. That way you can see just over the edge.
You would technically be able to see the people standing there.
You would, but it's one of the things where it's like it's a taller structure right now, so you wouldn't be able to see like you wouldn't be able to see straight down the middle. You would only really get to see like the front edge.
I think it's more a matter of like being able to see the people on top of the wall, because if you put a person out here, you can't really see this guy here.
Yeah.
Let me...
It's less the fact that the wall itself is tall and more the fact that people standing on it would be visible.
Yeah.
Let me fix that then. Hold on. One moment. I'll just do that. Although that does kind of jank out the lighting because of the front gate.
It's fine.
Let me
I mean, you can see the people now.
fix that. And fix that. There we go.
There you go. That looks much better.
Anyways. Does Azure also disarm? All right. The bandits take the weapons and step aside.
These barricades are just like pitch black on the other side.
Because we haven't seen behind it.
Well, like these are more like spike barricades. Like they're like waist high, probably.
Oh no, they're taller.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought. I was thinking those were like just walls of spikes, like you were supposed to be able to hide behind them.
Yeah, they're kind of like anti-siege fortifications.
Yeah.
Tsalia would actually recognize them from, well, it's crude compared to what she's seen back in her homeland, but this setup is very similar to a lot of forts and outposts in Diavroom. As the bandit leads you through the camp, many of his comrades just idle about their day, laughing around fires or going about their business. The few who do look up and see you all quiet down slightly, but don't do anything towards you. They just return to what they were doing and try to stay out of your way. You can recognize a few of the men who were in the ambush, their injuries having healed over slightly. This way. Boss is in the big tent.
Azure, are you coming? I'm moving 2 NPCs and myself alone, Azure.
Yeah, I'll move Nafia for you.
Thank you.
Just wait out here for a moment.
Oh god.
And he vanishes within the tent. And after a moment, he turns out, steps aside, and quite a large individual steps out. I think it's shift. I think it's shift. Yes, that should show it all to you. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's not as tall as, the giant Azure, but he's around like 6'5".
I'm also tall.
Yeah, giant Valor. The giant Valor. The giant Valor. The Valor. The Valor. I was thinking about Azure. I was thinking about Azure and Valor. I was thinking about Azure and Valor at the same time.
Well, now Sparky's the racist one.
I was thinking of them both at the same time. But a 6'6" absolute fucking unit of a man steps out and looks between all of you. So, you... This is all of you. But there are more.
Technically, yes. But... paranoia.
Suppose I can't fault that. And he bows his head slightly. One arm across his chest. Von Carthus, former commander of the 14th Siege Legion. Now, from the description I gave, or I was given, he rises back up and looks to you, Valor.
Mm-hmm.
Giant, crystalline dragonborn. You spared one of my men when you had him, I'll say, dead to rights.
I did. Yes.
Normally, when we have encountered such stiff resistance, no one comes back. Why? Why did you let him live?
Because he's a person? Because I believe that everyone has a right to their own life. He backed down. He attempted to flee. I did not. Killing is not something I am proud of. Killing is not something I am fond of in any regard. I believe personally that individuals should be allowed to keep living their life. And he was, in that moment, deciding not to keep attacking those that I was protecting. He chose not to attempt to keep assaulting those I care about. So what gives me the right to take his life in that moment? He's a person just like I am. He has goals and wants and dreams. Why should I be the one to take that away from him?
As you finish, Von Carthus nods and waves off your would-be escort. The man gives a half-hearted salute and wanders off, heading back into his tent. I think you're the first person I've met in a long time to consider us people. What's your name?
Valor Zephynight.
And you, my blue friend? He's looking at Azure now. He's asking for your name.
What happened to you, man?
Error 404 brain not found.
Well, please. Let me invite you into my tent. Let us speak privately. And he goes back the entryway to allow you all to enter.
I will nod and say thank you, and enter along with him.
Will Azure accompany Valor?
I'm assuming Finn and Afia are also joining us?
Yeah. They're gonna stand guard with no weapons.
We'll just put you in here.
Whee!
Within is a large-ish circular table with multiple stools set around and a few maps placed atop it. In the far corner is a rather modest bed using fur as blankets and bedding. And in the corner is a makeshift desk of sorts, stacked high with various papers. He takes a seat at the head of the table and motions you all to sit with him. I've heard your names, but what of your two companions here?
I'm assuming Finn and Afia don't speak up.
Basically, he's asking you to introduce Fane and Afia for him.
The male to my right, where is right behind me is Finn, and the young woman behind me and to my left is Nafia.
Pleasure. Would that our meetings could have happened under better circumstances. But please, sit. Let us speak.
Sit.
I judge from your equipment and experience, you all are adventurers.
You would be correct.
The surprises keep coming.
Oh,
Every time we've had run-ins with your ilk, it has been to the death. Considering we only lost 3 men, I'd say our encounter with you was the best outcome we could have asked for. Tell me.
Valor.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Valor does open his mouth and he looks a little somber as he does give a soft. And I am sorry that you have had to see those 3 off.
It is the nature of things. They will be missed, but our present line of work has its costs. Always has. Survival does not come easy. But tell me, why are you traveling through these lands? I was under the impression that most adventurers were already on hire.
We're actually trying to get back to Dawnbreak. We were out a little decent bit further out and have finished with what we needed to do, so we were heading back and decided to aid an individual who is going to be effectively our free ride for part of our journey.
I see. Well, I apologize that you had such a brash encounter with my men.
As you said before, you do it to live. I have no ill will toward you because of that.
You lot are quite the interesting sort. I don't think it's... or rather, how I should put it is... I don't think you need me to tell you how unusual this situation is.
You do not, you're correct in that fact. Although, this is not the first time that I find myself in an unusual situation.
As you can tell, my top priority is the survival of my legion. So, when you allowed many of mine to escape with their lives, I saw an opportunity. I'd like to propose a deal of sorts. A truce, if you will. We leave you and yours alone, and you leave me and mine alone. Safe passage through our territory. No need to fight. As you stated, you don't like killing. And we don't exactly take kindly to dying.
I don't think anyone does.
No. I don't suppose so. All I ask is you do not interfere with our business arrangements. We have a debt to pay, and I would very much not like our payments to be interfered with.
Am I allowed to ask a couple of clarifying questions?
You may.
Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to word them in my head. I know what I want to say. I'm trying to figure out how to say them. So
Let me give you a moment to think that over. I need to.
Boy, do I
be
know
right back.
that problem.
I need to be right back real quick.
I'd like to, really quick, since we're not doing anything, apologize for my shouting earlier.
No, you're fine.
It was in character, but it was, real emotion.
You good.
Fair enough. You're shit with me. I didn't see anything because of it.
I know, but
fair enough is Valor.
I'm like half stuck Okay?
I know, but still, I sorry for being very loud when I probably should have only played here.
No, you're fine. God damn it.
Fuck you! Fuck
He's
you!
stuck in
Fuck,
character.
Help.
fuck the Lord! Fuck Zeph! Both of you! I'm leaving! Yeah. Just... I forgot my meds today,
Fair.
and, suddenly bad memories just came flowing in from that situation, so...
Fair enough.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Fucking back.
Have you sorted out what you want to say to him?
Oh.
Oh, did you get the thing, by the way, Brad? Or Sparky?
Yes, I did.
Up there.
Oh, up where? Oh, yes. No, I got that.
Alright, just making sure. Yeah, I got, this map is too small. Damn you, confined constraints!
Pretty sure when this map first popped up, I was like, big map.
You know what, Tsalia? Give me a perception check.
Right.
What the fuck is going on now?
Wait, was that right? Oh, that's supposed to be +2. So that's an 18.
You watch as an archer exits the tree line just a little bit past you. He stops and gives you a small look, then carries on back towards the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Gates open, and he is allowed in.
So much for trust.
I mean, he didn't have his weapon out.
It's pretty obvious he was following us. Mr. Kill Squad.
I understand that things of this nature are usually kept incredibly private for safety reasons, so I am not going to inherently pry. I do have one question though about this debt. Is it a physical debt or more of a conceptual one? This is my only question about the debt, though I do have another question as well after it.
He leans back slightly. I think the best way to answer that question...
God damn it, I'm having a nosebleed.
I don't know.
Everything's going wrong!
I think the best way to answer that question is with a story. Now, as I stated, I was once the leader, the commander of the 14th Siege Legion in Diavroom. And we left our homeland in disgrace. Declared traitors. Fleeing the risk of destruction. During the last civil war, before your squabble with Amica, we were tasked with capturing one of the many fortified keeps. But every attempt had been warded off at every turn. It was then that our acting general no longer wished to waste time and resources on a seemingly fruitless battle. So he ordered the 14th to turn the keep to naught but ash and rubble, and to order any archers to kill any that fled from its walls. This is not unusual. We Diavrians aren't exactly known for subtlety, but there's a difference. It wasn't just military forces. Scouts and sappers reported that there were so many civilians taking shelter within the keep alongside the enemy troops. Even if they escaped, they would die to the cold. When I attempted to persuade the general to at least allow the civilians escape, I was refused. The general stated plainly that it would compromise the offensive, and anyone's survival was to be left to the gods. I and my men vehemently refused. We didn't want innocent blood on our hands. This was not to our general's liking. So he levied the accusation, the crime of dereliction of duty upon our heads, and ordered the execution of me and my lieutenants. I am unsure who dealt the first blow, but whether one of my subordinates was furious with the accusations, or perhaps enemies willing to rid themselves of us. But regardless, the 14th, the 10th, and the 7th Legions soon clashed. My men were butchered. My loyal soldiers cut down by their comrades. Not wanting to see my soldiers slaughtered, I ordered a retreat. And so we fled, branded traitors. I know not what became of the keep after we left, but for weeks the 14th was hunted. We lost many to our pursuers and more to the elements, until we chanced upon one of Yara's contacts.
Yara.
Yara. She is I suppose you can call her a minor crime lord in Dawnbreak. One of the purveyors of black market goods and artifacts. Does the name sound familiar to you?
It does. Granted, I am not. I do not have a whole lot of information, but I know Aviara has been mentioned in passing before in conversations I've had with some individuals I know.
Well, whether it was out of the kindness of his heart, or more likely seeing an opportunity for monetary gain, he smuggled us out of Diver. We were deemed traitors by our homeland. So, we were fearful that Urian forces might attempt to kill us or capture us and send us back to be executed. Further, concerns of glory-seeking adventurers who might wish to do the same. With little other options, we became bandits to survive and pay off the debt we owe. We've attempted to stay true to our morals we held in our homeland, but as I stated, the survival of my legion is my priority.
And there is I guess that's not an easy way to ask this. The kinds of individuals you choose target on.
Say that again?
The kinds of individuals you choose targets on.
Wealthy merchants.
Not anything to disrupt whole livelihood, but enough to be able to aid you and your debt, but not send the individual into complete destruction's the bad word. You know what I mean.
There's only so much we could do in the heat of the moment.
Say that one more time.
There's only so much we can do in the heat of the moment.
Right. But not inherently out to kill them.
No. Self-defense, first and foremost. Smash and grab. Get out.
And anyone who is not necessarily of that same caliber, you leave for the most part well enough alone?
Indeed. In fact, you and yours were... Well, to put it plainly, we weren't exactly planning on killing you. Just trying to get you out of the way for us to make our raid.
Which is understandable. We were there as protection. And so the deal you proposed is, as long as we do not interfere on these raids that you do and need to pay this debt, you will effectively let us wander through without much trouble if we need to be passing by for any reason?
Indeed. If we catch sight of you making further transports or bodyguard duty, we will not bother you.
At this current point, I do not see us being bodyguards all that often. That is not usually our purview. So that wouldn't come off too terribly often if it did. Valor stops for a second and thinks, kind of tilts his head downward to look at whatever object is he's sitting in front of. I'm personally willing to accept this. Although I do not speak for the other three with us.
With that, he looks towards you, Azure. You have been silent this time. If you have any questions or statements to make, now is your chance. Right. I'm of the same mind. Same here. Seems like a majority vote. It's Vint and Tsalia's fault for not being here for it.
Yeah, well, they didn't want to come in the first place, so... they get to be out of this decision.
The adults are talking. I know I've already stated it, but you are an interesting breed. The four of you. And he pauses and rubs his chin, seemingly lost in thought. Tell me, how do you know of Yara? You mentioned you had a passing knowledge of her.
Yes. The name has been stated to be by my... I guess you would technically consider him my higher up. In regard to an individual that I have been tasked to interact with. That I am... yeah, that I've been in frequent contact with. Not a whole lot of information, mostly just About as much as you said, though the name was spoken to me by my higher up.
Tell me, Valor.
Yes.
And he tenses his hands in front of him. Seeing the state of our camp, our numbers, what would be your assessment?
What would I be assessing? I don't know what you mean by assessment. Please
I
help.
suppose
Help. As a player, help. I don't know what you're asking for.
he's basically, looking for like an opinion from another military man, right?
Mhm.
What would be your kind of like assessment of his troops? His forces, how they're holding up.
What did I see when we were walking through? In regards to, like, what he's asking for, like, what would have
For a
been...
bandit group, this is slightly large,
Mhm.
but with the context of the fact that these are all survivors from a military legion, this very much looks like a force on its last legs.
Mhm.
They simply don't have the same manpower. And while they have what looks like enough to keep themselves going, it's not much of a life.
Mhm. And in regards to other bandit groups that Valor has probably come in contact with before?
In regards to other band groups, aside from being slightly larger, they don't really seem to be doing any better or any worse.
And the outlook of the emotional and mental state, at least from what I could see of them conversing amongst themselves as we were walking through, of the men, of the people. Tired?
They care for each other. You could, from your experience with being in military camps, you know when soldiers care for one another.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely have a loyalty to one another, but there's an exhaustion that weighs heavy on the camp.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, from my eyes, decent setup. You're a little larger than most other bandit groups that I have encountered before. However, from look around, not usually on average, maybe a little above average than other bandit groups as well, but still there seems to be a weariness with all of you, which is in some capacity to be expected considering your story. But you care for one another. Loyal. You can see it in the way that your men interact with each other. How they greet one another. At least from the small amount that I have seen. It's a bond not easily broken. Even with that exhaustion.
see it too. The tiredness.
Yes.
We've survived. Possibly a lot longer than we really should have. But with each passing year, we lose more and more of our rank. This life, it's not living. For years, we have had to pay a tithe to Yara for her hand in saving us. I seek independence from her. So I ask you this. You are the first man to ever look at us and see another person. Will you help us?
Yes. I can try my damnedest to. Although I ask, in what way would you like? Just as you won't compromise your own morals to a good degree, I won't compromise mine.
He folds his arms over his chest. This next shipment should buy us time. It's my hope that what days we can give you, what weeks we can give you, we won't have to raid. We can instead focus on shoring up our defenses. But you seem the diplomat, the both of you. It looks between you and Azure back to Valor. If you can find a way to free us from our bonds without bloodshed, I would very much appreciate it.
I will certainly give it a shot. Although I would like to ask one more question.
Feel free.
When you say in any way to break the bonds without bloodshed, is there anything you and your men are not willing to compromise on or to do in that context? Because if there is an avenue you don't want, there is no reason for me to seek it out.
We wish to break our bonds of servitude to Yara. We wish to be free from our debt. We want a chance to live and live free without risk of being hunted down or sent back to be executed like dogs. Yara is a businesswoman, first and foremost. She might be a criminal, but she still has a business to tend to. I'd say try that route. That would be my suggestion.
Alright. And if I can't get there first, is there a different direction you would prefer us attempt? Or from there, is it free game of whatever I can attempt? Whatever we can attempt.
I would say it's free game.
All right.
Anything for us to regain what honor we've lost. So that we may have a future beyond the grave.
I certainly say we can very much help you with this. Try to give you the life that you all want.
I thank you all for meeting with me. Azure, do you have any further questions? Or were you content to let Valor speak for you?
Yuthan and Nafia also
Yep,
feel that way?
They both nod. And after a moment, he nods and stands. Come, follow me.
I stand and follow.
And he exits the tent and takes a couple steps forward to allow you all room to stand behind him. As soon as he steps out, everyone who is outside turns and looks. Today, we have made the first true allies in a long time. So long as they travel through our lands, they will come to no harm. And with luck and the grace of the gods, they will help us regain what we have lost. Show them no malice. Treat them as you would your own. And for a moment, you all can feel a ripple through the small crowd. The air of exhaustion lifts for a brief moment. And a sense of energy and hope seems to lift above. And Von Karthus turns back towards all of you. I shall not keep you any longer. You are burning daylight, and I'm sure you don't want to keep the rest of your companions waiting.
Certainly, I think if we stay out any longer, we're going to give a couple of them paranoia about where we are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Giving us this chance.
Thank you for letting us talk.
And he steps aside.
Yay. And we start. I do give him one more nod of respect as we start to leave. And we leave.
A few of the soldiers actually give you small salutes as the four of you exit the camp. And as you reach the gate, the bandits there hand you back your weapons.
Yay!
And Azure, you even get a small pat on the shoulder. Travel safe out there, you four. Hopefully your friend will be not too displeased with what has occurred.
We'll find out. And if we do, it'll be our problem to deal with, not yours.
And he whistles and twirls his finger above his head, and the man at the gate raises it to allow you all to exit. Some good distance away, Tsalia is, well, probably resting in boredom. Maybe seething a little bit in irritation, reading a book. I don't know. Tsalia, what are you up to now that, the gates are open and your friends are leaving?
I was getting food. What's happening?
Your friends are coming back to you.
We're out of the gate.
They're out of the gate.
And we left our weapons, and we got our weapons back.
You left your weapon!
They lost all their magical goodies. No goodies for you.
Azure, step out the gate.
We'll be waiting on maybe a hill or something nearby as they walk out in the direction of camp.
Mm-hmm. Is she easy to spot?
Yes. She is not exactly hype.
Yeah. Valor will walk up to Tsalia and go, well, we can leave now.
Tsalia is just going to look up at Valor without saying much of anything and just start walking towards camp.
Mm-hmm. Valor will follow. Along with everyone else, probably. Maybe. Yeah.
Just give me 1 second.
No. I'll give you a minute.
Oh, wow, a minute, really?
Damn, that's generous.
I'm feeling generous today.
Once you are all out of sight of the camp... Actually, hold on a second. Just want to see something real quick. As you are returning home, Valor,
Yes.
you feel someone digging through your pockets.
I turn around. Do I see
Where
someone
the
digging?
fuck did you put it?
What?
Where are my gloves?
Oh, those. Valor will turn around, so Vint will stop digging through his back pockets. And pull the...
By the gods!
There's no Jesus.
Hang on. Let's find a god that works instead of Jesus. World lore.
Deus fuck? Deus fuck?
Deus fuck!
Deus fuck.
Deus is the only one to have been reborn as a fucking god, so he probably would work as a Jesus icon.
Valor will turn around and look at Vint, and then take his hand and pull the gloves out of the front pocket underneath the underneath the armor of his breast, and hand them to Vint.
Dick move.
Valor pulls gloves out of his breast.
Kitty glove!
I'll slap my gloves back on.
Alright, well, welcome, Vint, to the party, I guess. We're headed back to Kershire.
Mm-hmm.
Would you
What
like
happened
to?
in there?
Well, we're given safe passage through the bandit territory. So they won't attack us if we don't attack them.
How
And
likely are we to pass through this place anytime soon?
eh,
Because we
well-
backtracked.
well, it doesn't exactly have a time limit. It's just if we ever come back here, even if we're back here in, like, say, 6 months, they won't bother us as long as we don't bother them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they requested our help, and I didn't see any reason to deny them.
I'm going to shift the map over to a campsite because it is about that time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Where's the last one? We have a bandit and no Vint.
Oh yeah, let me just that's Vint now. Yeah, let me set things up. Let me set things up.
Is Nafia still away, or has Nafia rejoined the group?
Oh, what the hell? What happened to the grid? Oh, whoopsies. Here we go.
What?
Let me fix things.
Mm.
And
There we
character
go.
tokens, and we got a Vint.
Amy, I can't touch myself.
Wait a minute.
I can touch myself now.
Wait a second.
Flap, flap, flap.
There we
There you
go.
go. And there we go.
Oh.
There we go. There we go.
Porque.
Okay, we're just gonna. There's gonna be chat, and then here we go. Here we go. And a campfire. I've moved.
Huzzah.
Now go ahead and go ahead. Give them the.
I'm doing so.
Yeah, no, I'm just
Do it
getting.
faster.
So they asked for help, and I saw no reason to deny them, considering it's also doesn't necessarily have a time limit to it, and we can talk over ideas, gain information.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get out of a debt they're under.
Who doesn't want to get out of that?
They want to be able to live without having to raid people. The debt, and Valor says this while looking straight at Vint, is keeping them under the yoke of an individual named Yara.
So we're killing her?
No, they would appreciate it if it happened without bloodshed.
Did
They
they
said-
specify that they would appreciate it, or say they preferred that at all?
I think it was heavily implied, please get out of this without spilling blood. Their first suggestion was the fact that she is a businesswoman first and foremost. So to try that avenue first, but if we can't, anything else is fair game. But they want us to help them get out of their debt that they owe to Yara, so they can be free from her.
Great.
But that currently doesn't necessarily have a time limit. Especially considering we haven't even gotten the necessary resources to attempt that at this point. But we do not have free passage through this area, so if we come back here, they won't harm us.
Neat.
They also did say if we are acting as bodyguards for anyone, again, They also will not attempt to raid that specific person we are helping because we are with them.
And at this point, Nafi actually speaks up, just kind of leaning forwards with her knees tucked to her chest. Not like Tsalia would really care all that much. She does not even look at Tsalia.
Is Myra here?
No, I am not here at all.
Oh.
Well.
Just
You're just very quiet, so I was like, why is no one speaking?
can you say that again? Like before.
Yeah. Nafi was basically just, staring at the fire, knees tucked to her chest, saying, "Not like
before Nafia.
Oh,
What was it? The thing about again? I zoned out while eating.
explaining the debts and how the bandits want to be free from their debts so they can, not have to raid people anymore, so that they can actually live life their, however they want to, and that they are basically under the yoke of someone that Vint knows, Yara.
Way to spell that out for him.
And actually, and that the bandits were allowing everyone safe passage, and if they ever did bodyguard duty again, they would not raid whoever the party is protecting.
I'm just supposed to forget that they're a bunch of murderers? I'm just supposed to forgive them. Is that the point you're making?
You forgot that I was a murderer.
Didn't you specify that you didn't kill anyone?
Also, technically, they did say they try to kill anyone as least as likely as they can.
That I find hard to believe. When they came in and tried to raid us, did they at any point say, "Put down your weapons, we're here to take your shit, not your lives"?
No, but it is a point to throw out there that they did say it. Whether or not you believe it is entirely up to you. That is your own perception. I'm not saying anything against it.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, Nafia, but it's very hard to trust people who are, well, only a few days ago had a knife to my throat. I'll take the third watch. And Tsalia goes into her tent.
I'm sorry, Nafia.
What are you sorry for? You actually treat people like people. Mistakes and all.
I'm sorry that I cannot do anything in this moment to aid in the fact, this argument, this frustration. Mainly because I don't really know how.
I'm no different from them. My friends and I, we turned to that life to survive just like they did. We had to do things we weren't proud of. They want out of this life as much as I do. As much as I did. Tsalia only sees the bad in them. And what does she see in me?
Tsalia sees only the bad in herself, so honestly, I'm not sure what she sees.
Look, you're chuckling over there.
Tsalia.
Fucking gribbling.
I thought we were friends.
I'm trying to be what's the word? Fuck, I forgot the word. Angsty. I'm trying to be angsty over here.
Honestly, Valor stands up and wanders over to Nafia and sits down next to Nafia and opens his arm in a kind of a like, there's a hug here if you want it.
She looks at you and then looks back to the fire and then slowly rocks to the side and slumps against you.
Valor will wrap his arm around Nafia's shoulders and just kind of hold her for a second before saying, "It hurts, I get it. You're probably definitely no stranger to this."
Rand, stop making me cry.
Tsalia, I think, needs to understand herself and learn to love herself before I think she can learn to understand those around her. At the moment, I think it's best to treat Tsalia as an ally, but to keep her at arm's distance in terms of your own emotional well-being. Treat her with respect, but at the moment, look to those around you, to the others around you, for the time being. I'm sure when we get back, Winston would love to wrap you in a big bear hug. If you asked him.
Die.
Oh, what? He thought with a big bear hug.
Listen, if it's from him, then my spine is going to be in pieces.
You're probably right.
Hey, Zeph,
Yeah.
can you stop spoiling my entire character arc?
No.
By the way, Zeph, can you give me a quick perception check?
Oh, fuck.
What is Vint doing?
Oh god, it was Vint.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Nah. You don't see it, unfortunately. But
God, I rolled an 8.
suddenly you are missing all of your armor. Vint is now wearing your armor.
Suddenly we're in Skyrim. Valor is naked after Vint touches his ass once.
But after a moment, Nafia just kind of like shifts away from you, Valor.
I take that as I feel the shift and I pull my arm back up so she can get out of the embrace.
Yeah. But she does shift closer to Fane.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were friends, but how can we be friends with someone who doesn't trust us?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I am genuinely curious. What did Vint take off my person?
No, Vint didn't take anything else off.
Oh,
It wasn't Vint. It
Okay.
was.
Yeah, I was just diverting attention to me, so you didn't even think about the roll anymore. Now Sparky has spoiled it, and you know it wasn't me.
I am curious though.
Well,
Sucks, doesn't it?
we will end the session here.
I have to piss so bad.
Do you mind if we go a little bit further?
Oh boy.
Just till the morning?
Okay. All right. Everyone, give me your watch rolls.
I imagine Tsalia won't be taking any watch, so I will take third watch.
I'm on third watch. She said that before she went to bed.
She did.
Oh yeah. I fucking did not fucking acknowledge your existence.
You should take second watch with me.
Hmm?
Take second watch with me.
Oh god. My fucking perception again. Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll take second watch, sure. The party scout has returned! He sees all.
Oh,
And
excuse me.
Nice burp.
the night is uneventful, peaceful. The archer that had been stalking the party, Vint would know this with a 25, is no longer there.
Damn right.
I'm assuming the other person that night was Vint.
Yes.
Yeah.
The reason he was completely still was because he was asleep.
So, morning rolls around.
Ran. Sparky.
Yes,
DMs.
I saw.
Hidden text that we don't know shit
I'm not
about.
done.
You, You all wake up, and Tsalia is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
In the dirt is a set of tracks seemingly headed back towards the bandit camp.
Oh no.
Mm. Well, so much for friends.
Fuck.
If you want, you can give me a survival check or an investigation.
Oh my god, investigation. Guess what I'm actually good at? Yay me.
Coffee, are you gonna roll as well?
Fuck!
Can the NPCs roll as well?
I believe Fane has like disadvantage on investigation.
He has a +6 to survival, though.
Okay, yeah.
Any I was gonna say any roll will help.
Obviously, both.
Both what?
I was gonna say, obviously, both give different information.
Right.
I don't know, dick.
What does Nafia have?
Oh, fuck. Dirt. Let's see. Survival is +3. Investigation is 2.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with survival or investigation. Or do you want to roll, Myra?
I'll roll.
No.
It's your side, bitch. Hey, Dr.
Nafia is not a side bitch. Don't insult her like that.
Well, then start playing her.
Fair
as an
enough.
actual character. Take her backstory as
At
your
the
own.
beginning, everyone seems very much convinced that the tracks are headed back towards the camp. Until Valor notices something off. Aside from the fact that they are very intentionally laid,
Yeah.
they are very much Tsalia's footprints. And I just need to ask clarifying.
Go ahead. Thanks!
Stuff.
All right. It's so they head off towards the edge of the camp, towards the brush, and Valor, you notice that it's not that they just end, it's that they were sneakily attempted. It was trying to be hidden, but whoever was walking attempted to mask the fact that they doubled back in the opposite direction.
Hmm. Valor would kind of pipe up and go, "The tracks double back. They don't wholly lead to the camp."
She after the gold?
I have no idea.
She gonna rob us blind? That bitch.
I don't necessarily think that's her speed, but
That's 1,000 gold. I'd rob us blind.
yeah, well, you are with us, so let's.
On a 19, you are able to track it slightly off into the woods around this, like a ping, around this tile.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stick here. I think you got about. Yeah, okay. Right. Well, the floor is yours. Tsalia is missing, and you have tracks leading into the woods. What do you do?
I inform the group of this and ask what they would want to do. Because it's so they're leading into the woods and they're technically leading back the way we came, but they're not necessarily heading directly back towards Kershire.
No. Yeah, like it's heading sort of back, but it's more peeling off. Yeah, it's like this direction here, right? Like it's like heading off.
Okay.
Or yeah, I think Myra did the little arrow here, so it's like right here. Yeah. Is that where, Myra?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. Do we want to...
I still had the fucking ruler hidden. God damn it.
Good job.
I thought I was showing it to you guys. Perfect. Whatever.
do... I am of a mind to follow them. Do the rest of you want to? I don't particularly feel comfortable leaving Tsalia alone in the woods. No matter how much she can take out of herself.
She does know I have most of her money, right?
Yes.
Oh no, I forgot you had my money. That's absolutely what's motivating me.
Hey. Shit costs money in this world. You're a wizard.
All right. So, as I assume you all are taking off after.
I don't know. I didn't get a response.
Oh, I thought.
No.
Let's go get her.
Coffee? Does Azure say anything or not? All right. Valor will. I believe they pack up and then start heading towards where Tsalia.
Okay. So, keep in mind, you are all going through woods, so travel is going to take twice as long.
Joy.
But as you follow Tsalia's tracks on a 19, we end off our session.
Yay.
You've taken us off the beaten path, you bitch.
I'm sorry for extending the game a little bit. I just thought it'd be a funny cliffhanger.
Oh, all right. Coffee, feel free to end the recording.